Hello, boys and girls. It's me, Cool Yoshi here. Welcoming you back to my 100% blind playthrough of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition for Nintendo Switch, where we did Wizro's Battle and Boss Challenge A rank. And the next character on the list that we now must do is none other than the princess herself, Twilight Midna. More specifically, her upgraded form, the good form as some people might call it. It's incredibly powerful and probably going to be really fun to play with, so we'll see how this does. We're still going to probably use magic on everything, we're just going to do it a bit differently. I will say though, the game has been getting pretty tedious by now. It's the same stuff over and over again so far. We'll go ahead and start with this, I guess. That would be probably the best time to do this. So I mixed in some basic attacks because she has some good AoE. It's really good for clearing out multiple enemies at once. So we definitely want to use it when we can. She'll probably not be that hard to play with. It is definitely a lot more in this form than her gremlin form, as she sometimes calls it. Why not? I did say we want to try to go a few troops early. I think my biggest mistake though is I shouldn't do this a lot. I should just do this to get a few enemies defeated, and then just use the specials on the remaining enemies. So we do need to still get a good amount of enemies. I think my old strategy probably worked just as good, where we just want to go around and just kind of hit the enemies once in each area. That will do it. Okay, again. That's to the middle enemies. Let's go over here now. That's quite a bit too. Basically we want to try and find the areas where the most enemies are. Actually getting them to group together can be really tough as well. Not getting a rank anymore on this part, but again, that part doesn't really matter. you understand what power I'm working with, just surrender. So, she says. Alright. This one you almost always usually earn a B rank every time now, because like, it's really tough to actually defeat that successful attacks very fast. I feel like they're just, in my opinion, way too spread out for that to work well. I guess we're going here first. Still gonna run away a bit earlier this time to get to our troops a bit sooner. Pretty quick. Voice spins, that is. Oh, that was fast. So she has probably the fastest focus spear takeouts. Or at least just defeating the enemies due to her attacks having such a good radius. Use that to take long. Run for them to really a big attack. Come on, that was just one attack and that took out quite a bit of HP. She's at max level, but she is also pretty still, so did that much damage. Of course, you are supposed to defeat the captains first before going for them, but we don't need to. We can just go straight for the abs because we know what they're doing. Punch him. There we go. Just like that. We've won the battle. That was over, thank goodness. All this winning was starting to get boring. Let's just do this right away. Nice victory theme here. Alrighty. Get rid of all those weapons, and now we'll move on to the next battle, which is Rush Battle, of course. Go straight into it. As you have those, Twil still has a few levels to gain, but that's completely fine. She will easily get them in the brave battles, no problem. She hasn't gotten so already. In fact, that previous battle already gave her a level because she was so close to getting it. Nice. So, I will admit, there's a couple of things I just found out that I didn't know about. Sia has two alternate versions of the power attack. Her attacks do more damage, and she gets like a super egg ability if you press like just strong attack without doing nothing. She gets more damage, which is something I completely forgot to mention. only used it a little bit because I'm still trying to have dodge. Don't worry though, there is a setup. Or more specifically, there's a tail in the form of Sio's tail we're still going to be doing. So that's still going to be used, so of course we're going to get another chance to show off that mechanic. One of my favorite parts about Twilight Midna is being able to summon that big orb. She has probably one of the most inert, just standard strong attacks in the game. What I mean by that, I mean by she doesn't have to necessarily always just use strong attack in a combo. Basically, there's this bar that builds up. If you get that full and then just press strong attack, yeah, she just kind of annihilates the enemies. Her normal strong attack is one of the strongest. Some of the other characters just don't have as great of abilities as her and a few others as well. Like Hyrule only really works when you have captains nearby, and it does pitiful damage. I think it's only really useful for smashing up weak point stuff, but Twil already has attacks that you can just do a lot more damage with that's not worth using. Whereas with this character, we want to be pretty much non-stop attacking all over the place. Also, what am I doing? I just realized I was not powered up. Silly me. Well, there we go. Now we're powered up. Only we had that sooner. Anyways, yeah, as the bar builds up, you want to wait until it's fully filled before using it. Otherwise, it's possible nothing can happen. In fact, this is what happens when you do it normally. Nothing. And if it hits a little bit, it won't fill up all the way. It'll just be like partially filled. So again, use the faster version. That's what you want to do. And this is one of the weaker versions. Expands a bit, but not really fully. So to get the full power, you have to wait until just right timing, when it's just full, and then you can just immediately use it to annihilate enemies around there, and it just does a lot of damage once that happens. So yeah, that's gonna be the best strategy for dealing with enemies. That's why Twilight Midna often can take out more enemies faster than every step. I will say she will probably get the most KOs in the deep raid battles when we get to those battles, because she just has so much AoE that she can really touch everything in this form. I think she's definitely the best character in this game for just as far as AoE is concerned. Just looking at that. Alright. Yeah, let's keep going. Started a bit late, so I'm not sure if this will be a record yet, but that's fine. This one's a bit tougher to do correctly anyways. You kind of have to have knowledge of where all the guys spawn first. Just that I need to use that ability a lot, and I keep forgetting to use it, or maybe I simply didn't have enough time to use it before. There we go. We're getting close to the end. We should probably just let the magic see itself out, and we can maybe refresh it one more time to get it done. But I'll probably grab it while we're waiting. Oh, we got it. Okay. Now what's the full combo of this look like? That, okay. Interesting. Kind of focuses a bit on one enemy there. This has a few other combos you can do, like this big beam cannon. Sorry, you can summon the blows too. That's another cool attack you can do. Alright, I think we just crossed over 3,500, so I think we got a good amount. Try Midna's strongest too is simply just the fact that she does so much AoE. She's really powerful for pretty much all these missions. So this should make it nice. Yeah. Now, she has all the badges, right? Yeah. I was just making sure. That is a thing we need to do for 100%, of course, is getting all of the badges collected. At least one of every unique type for a pedal, but also I'd also just like to power up the characters. Anyways, let's continue on now. Annoyingly enough, using Magic Fountain is still faster than attacking normally, because these are at risk of getting hit by those free deads, as you see right there. Still just as annoying as ever. Again, that bob is really annoying to dodge, so I usually just take it out right away. You don't need to do that. Could just dodge through it multiple times. I just feel like it wastes more time than it's worth. Sometimes. I'm gonna wait a bit for these. You're not gonna beat me today, Winslow. Oh, geez, everyone's trying to out to get her today. Go over here. You're gonna have to wait a bit. We didn't have enough here. Either that or there's too many enemies on screen. Darn it, we got very unlucky now. Could be that I simply just didn't attack them all. This is why I usually like Magic Fountain first with this, because it surely gets most enemies out of the way. I'm not too worried about the timer. Typically this one can kind of go shaky. It seems a little bit random. Like if enemies kill each other, they won't be there. You don't want that to happen because then they might not even have enough troops at that point. Anyway, let's get on with this. All this constant winning is starting to get boring, as Twil would say. Anyway, that's done. Now we get to move on to the boss challenge. So now we're going on to this part. We'll just do this normally because this is just the first two battles. Once you get closer to the end, we might start doing anti-boss farming in the other battles, although even then I feel like it didn't help much in the first two battles. I think waiting to do it so far is good enough. Okay, don't find Twilight Midna has a good strategy set, but I think she does enough damage that we can just maybe have her attack normally. Let's see what happens. See how just the basic attack combo works against these guys. Not very powerful, apparently. Yeah, I mean, not powerful at all, actually. Let's try the special fountain strategy instead. They're pretty set out, though. She also moves slightly. We're all the way over here now. Okay, I saw her attack just did a bunch of inert damage. That could work. Dealing enough a lot of troops if we get lucky. Not the most optimal strategy, but what can you do? The answer is the best to take out giant bosses. Now you can kind of see one of her weaknesses, which is she isn't the bestest for doing the giant bosses, and she's also very reliant on everything far up to be able to do it correctly. So it's another character that generally has to special down the bosses. However, like her specials are strong enough to where as long as we knock the moves down, we should be able to just getting on the specials. If we want to do the proper overkill strategy, we should probably just attack them at first for specials, then after a little while just use those instead. This will also look a lot better probably later when we have so maybe we could have used it here, but it's hard to know. Like I said, not every character is the best when it comes to doing panels. More specifically, I guess the giant bosses in this case. Yeah, so we'll stick with our normal setup for here, but we're going to add in anti-boss formula in the next part, and that should make it pretty easy. That one I think we could probably just spam with no magic. And although I still probably would want to use Anti-String Curse does enough damage that I should at least use it at first in the first part. We defeated the Iron Thief almost immediately. all those enemies out of attack. Kills me when he attacks. I feel like that could be doing, or rather let her do all this stuff. I don't know. That worked really well. I don't think she was in the threat range, and yet we still took it, no problem. But that time it ended right on there. Why does sometimes it end on the enemies in here, but yet when I do other times I have to go all the way over here to defeat the enemies? Honestly, it makes no sense. I think it's just they simply attack too many enemies. I think if I want to make that consistent, we might just have to both of us to stop them from attacking the enemies, because I think they're taking out their own friends, and I think that's what's caused many of them die so early. So theoretically I could do it without taking both Gomas out, but because they defeat enemies, we have to take them out. It just really just the ending is the difference really. Oh, Ninelink will be next on our list. Ninelink is by far my favorite character, so that'll be very, very interesting when that happens. Anyway, time for anti-boss formula again. Same Sun and Seer with this one. Very useful ability, definitely comes in handy here on these later battles. Also gained another level. We might gain another one since we're doing a lot of boss here. Enemy level's pretty high in this one, so yeah, we could probably get a few levels here. Interrupted. Oh, okay, you're fine. Whoa, that attack from their get up animation somehow counted as me taking damage. I've never seen that happen before. I've done playthroughs and that has never once happened before. Just for that, you're all going to get destroyed by their attack here. Turned around mostly so I could not miss both of them. Okay, now I missed. Now you can just do this anyway, so it's fine. It's not as about as fast as I wanted to go. Oh yeah, by the way, trying to Midna going back to our hometown area again. Home field advantage here. I might see it. I have to mention that, because they have home field advantage, you know. Okay, got as many as I could. Now we just have to go with the flow and hope for the best here. Angela actually spawned in a really awkward location. Never seen this before. They have literally blocking the way over to the other enemies. This is gonna waste a bit of time because we don't have another. I guess probably the next best thing would be move a bit forward more and then extreme crush again. Potentially multiple times to get all the bosses. Then just attack here instead. Also pretty spread out, by the way. Trying to get all of them the best I can. Oh, perfect. One of the other ones died already. Okay, that works. So we took out all the buses. We didn't need to, but Goma happened to be in the way anyway, so we just anyway. Oh, I was ready with the dodge there, clearly. Okay, and now Goma here. These golems could potentially take out our field. Yeah, we're fine now. So far. As long as we keep doing this regularly, they will just be forced to block the hits, and that's not which will happen. Alright, now here. I feel like this battle took a little bit longer than normal, mainly because that Houndour got stuck in that one spot I didn't want it there. Which is like annoying. Pretty much had to run back at that point. Not fun. There we go. Nope. Alright, it's fine. We did pretty well there. Still. I'll just quickly scroll for the times then. Yeah, this is actually one of the slower times, but that's only because we got unlucky with that part. Alright, Bright Battle time. Bright Battle level 1, 2, and 3. We'll get our max level achieve here, hopefully. I'm gonna be skipping the one though, like I did the last time. Though we might deal with a few more enemies this time around. Who knows? As you can see, even with 2 attacks, it's not enough to take out Mandala. Like I said, she relies heavily on her Twil bar. She doesn't have it filled. You won't be able to one-turn these giant bosses. So in order to get that to work, we're gonna have to actually take a bit of time to attack these enemies to make sure we get our boom back. We could not interrupt him when he's doing nothing, but we can interrupt his roll like we would normally. Don't ask me why we can interrupt those attacks weirdly, it's just weird. It's another boss character, unfortunately, where we just have to blow a lot of specials, so to make sure I have a lot of those, we'll just a little bit of attacking early on. This will actually get us some more troops though, which will help us out. Alright, let's plan to use this attack. Oh. Okay, that is not the attack I wanted to do. Now it's just as well. Honestly, you want to summon the bulls, that's by far the best thing you could do. I am very smart this time, by the way. I'm gonna wait until they're in the middle of attack animation this time before attacking this time. So that combo seems to take them out just fine. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, we'll use the timer now to get rid of this Baba before it gets even more annoying. Go ahead and take you out so we can get magic, and I think I'm gonna actually use this like I did the last time. I think that worked really well before, so let's do that. Take out this item still here. Take him. Now we're gonna take this out. You'll actually know where to find me, that is. Okay, just this is... Okay, wait, alright. For Goma, just this seems to be fine. Really just depends on how long we have to wait afterwards. Yeah, like, if we do this, yeah. Okay, for Goma specifically, we can skip the special. Kind of weird. We take out Goma fast, but not the others. Okay, let's get rid of this Papa as well. I know we don't need to, but I like doing it anyway. Oh, we already got Max level, so that's cool. Go ahead and defeat 1,000 enemies. Why the heck not at this point? I've been forgetting to do in some of these battles. In general, just attack and defeat enemies. Of course, it's not the fastest since we're wasting our time before we take the giant bosses out. The main reason I'm actually doing it this early is so that we could skip more of the timer, because obviously I don't want to skip the timer in battle in full, because then that kind of defeats the purpose of showing the battle. But once we get past that part, it's like, it doesn't really make any sense anymore to show the full battle. That's actually why I've been skipping it, because really it is just 9 minutes, 12 or 15, just constantly. It's kind of tedious when you're doing it with multiple characters. Obviously, if you were doing a full speedrun, you can't cut out anything. You must show the full thing in detail. But, of course, the speedrun is a bit smarter. Like, it knows that you don't have to deal with all the enemies. So at that point, once you deal with the major enemies, you just get a break for a few minutes. So I guess that's one good thing about Warriors speedrun, is you get a nice break in between the battles. Anyway, I think you know what's I'm gonna say next. I'll see you guys when the timer is concluded, and with it, this battle as well. Good night, Taking Baba. We'll see you guys in a minute. Alrighty, guys, the timer is concluded, and with it, the battle as well. That was a little bit delayed for some reason. Might actually watch the magic come out and empty out in a minute. Excuse me while I try to figure out my words here. Alrighty. Well, that works pretty well, surprisingly. Now we're gonna go through here, and yeah, we should be fine. Okay, now play Battle Level 2, where we get to do the exact same thing. I will say, Midna definitely lived up to her reputation. She did get the most mills so far. Although I also used the Summoner get more, so in general that was gonna happen a lot. So let's do not take out Summoner in that first part. It makes a lot, you get a lot more troops that way. Alright, so for obvious reasons, yes, we had to attack a bit at the beginning. It seems like we need to power to use our one to keep the enemies fast. I kind of messed up my set, so I just used this anyway. Well, it's too late to stop now. Let's do this now. I guess this lets us save our bar for a different too. Remember to do the thing. Oh, but Ardrak's way more resistant this time. Okay, so it's only barely works against Ardrak. Probably faster at that point to just waste the time for a special. Okay, that time he is actually kind of sorry. Maybe he thought I was gonna special, so he ran right away as I was. Still, it's they're kind of idiots for not noticing me despite being right in front of their faces this whole time. Okay, I don't like your setup, so I'm gonna Extreme Crush you, Special Fountain, and attack you. I will just hit them both together. We'll go towards this spot, so we can hopefully hit them both. Okay, we're not even hitting that already. just let that one get in. Honestly, he's a little bit slow launching. He's better than nothing, I guess. Okay, but you were able to at least skip one of the animations. Nothing, I guess. So, if I had just attacked normally, obviously you would have interrupted me. It's another thing that makes our Draco somewhat annoying boss is if he does the play attack, he'll instantly interrupt you while you're trying to attack him. It's not fun at all. So, since there's that technically, yeah, probably faster to just do that. Not by much, but it's have it easier. So only Goma could be speed that way, because apparently we have Goma's weakness or something. Guess that must be it. Let's go ahead and defeat some of these early. About a bit. Didn't even attack at all, just attack. I feel like the magic thieves and stuff just cheat. They seem like they always aren't even doing anything half of the time, that they just magic anyway. Okay, I was only able to knock down one of these things. That was really bad. I don't need to know what to do. It seems bad, so we're gonna have to do this instead. It's time to use the magic fountain early to make this go a bit faster. very delayed magic point break there. Just that is a little bit of damage. Snuggles are extremely resistant. We have to do quite a few things before we could finally finish him. It's a bit annoying. Let's quickly head over to the next area then. Oh, there's also... yeah. Oh, there's it. We're just defeating those guys so they don't get annoying later. Mostly wanted to look around for magic there. We could do this again. There we go, that's okay. Okay, so we can barely take him out as well. Just takes a little while. Alright, well, you know what to expect next, guys. I'll see you guys when the timer is concluded, and with its deep battle as well. Snap those fingers, Midna. Alright. And yeah. See you guys in a minute. Hey guys. We're back. The timer is concluded and with it the battle as well. Let's move on to the next battle now. And we're getting some pretty numbers, although the amount of moves they're getting kind of remains the same since you're kind of limited to how many they spawn. Honestly, it's probably just the sooner you take out the enemies, maybe the more stuff that will happen. But a lot of it is also dependent on doing stuff fast. Okay, this battle is the hard one. This is the one I almost feel like I should use that anti-boss formula for, but that will just, it's not going, that's just gonna waste even more time. I think it'd be better to just do this normally. This will probably take a bit. Sorry, but okay, I'm just gonna go straight for the It's already getting attacked, and I can't even get out of it because we don't have magic. Okay, that time I at least interrupted it. So that helps out a bit. So I guess I get to show you why you do not always want to attack Ardrax better. Because in this battle, for often no reasons whatsoever, Rick just really likes to miss. Oh my gosh, wow, he's really taking it. You know what? I'm just gonna use Session now to make this part a bit easier. Makes the most sense. Go, got rid of the first one. Just over the stacks now, they're pretty far away from me. I just realized I didn't even use magic. I thought I did. Oh yeah, I think I went straight for attack this time. Because I wanted to show you guys the difference of why you do not want to attack. But I guess looks eventually at least does. Wow, that was very nice. Again, he's trying to cheat by running away. Stop it. Oh my gosh, stop it! I almost want to restart that just because of how bad that was. That was like the worst start ever. But we're already gonna be taking the same time anyway, so it just doesn't make sense anymore to do that. Alright, I'm gonna go over here just because there's a little stock nearby. I guess we're gonna have to just take out all these things without that. As you might have guessed, the most annoying part is not the bosses in this battle. It's the freaking redeads that always like to immobilize you at literally every single turn. It's very annoying, as you might have guessed. And also the mana endless stocks, which just make it even more tedious. And we also have to go to that bottom part too. That's also a bit tedious, because if you don't do that, then you might actually die in the battle. We do not want to die in battles. That would waste a lot of time, so of course we're gonna have to go over here first. Take him out there. A little bit weird, by the way. We pretty much went in the exact area where the grudge was, but we didn't even grudge, which is weird. Good thing Gola could be defeated without hooks at all. Oh, they're just gonna wander around. That's gonna make it a bit easier. Hey, for once he didn't actually do the immobilize right away. But he also kind of confused my moving around, so we're gonna have to... Yeah, we're gonna have to special twice here. Aftermath. We also did get our first special bar anyway. So we're gonna have to hit him a little bit. There we go. gosh, I'm right here, please. Okay, at the very least, I want to trigger the next. We just have to let that one throw out. I'm still trying to focus on the other ones first. You're gonna stand there and then find me. There we go. Sometimes it goes for not knowing what to do. We'll go ahead and take out the mana stocks now so we stop being annoying. Oh, this is gonna change where we have to go to Manhandlers now too, because we've defeated all of them right away. Oh, and we have all these as well. Re-deads, which means more frickin' getting immobilized. Clearly, that's what's gonna happen here. Just do this right away, why not? I think L actually has the worst getting up. Oh, we messed up. We're gonna have to make up damage by specialing. Oh, perfect. Well, at least we only had to do it twice. Almost fell for that crescent trap there. Getting what I mean by crescent trap, I mean getting hit by that trap. To be fair, when you first play the game, you'll get hit by that almost every time. Once you know that it's coming, it's not that bad. The real annoying part is when another one is doing it while you're trying to attack the other Manhandla. That's when it gets really annoying. So it's like, I'm busy trying to take out another boss Manhandla. Could you stop? Once you know to focus on those guys first, though, they're not that bad. They're just more annoying than hard. That was bad. No Manhandla is resistant, so we have to use a special one. I was almost so bad, we almost get up again. Let's see what he does first. Well, if you're gonna do that, alright, then I'm gonna just attack you now. Now, of course, he does the attack. He decided what I do. It doesn't matter at all. Guess I'll just do that. Okay, well, that still works. It's not the best. Shots. As you might have guessed, that's not actually the best strategy for taking out enemies. What you want to actually do is use... Oh yeah, now we have a bunch of spirits as well. Stick with that. She has two socials here because it's Manhandla and somewhat tanky against these. And you probably know what to expect now. Before we do anything else though, let's use magic and defeat the stupid shield goblin and his summoner, so we can finally get through that. And sure, we'll take out this man as well. Teach you this blind sucker. Now, let's do this. We'll take out this Demos as well. That very slow, predictable as always. Now we'll take out the summoner using magic. There we go. Now that guy's gone, and now it's time for us to see when the battle has been concluded, or when the timer is concluded, and with it the battle as well. I'm gonna keep you from interrupting me. There you go. Get back down now, and I will see you guys. Alrighty guys, the timer's good. Whiff of this battle as well, and I'm not sure if you caught it, but we somehow just barely managed to defeat 5,000 enemies in this battle. It was only just barely enough, but yeah, Tribesman, despite taking a while to defeat the bosses, did prove her mettle in the end, taking out the most enemies by far. I think that's the first time we've defeated 5,000 enemies in this battle. As you can see, we barely got it with just a little bit of spare time left. Had we maybe have gone for the other battles faster, we probably could have defeated even more, but I kind of figured out that only certain areas have troops, so I pretty much just started staying in the same area now constantly. Just keep on taking those troops out, and they just keep coming back, and they keep, and that's all. Compared to the other battles, yeah, Seal only defeated like 4,800. Meanwhile, Twil and Midna's over defeating 5 enemies at once. Well, that was fun. So, that means she has the most kills defeated so far in most of these maps. There are a couple that she failed on, but for the moment she has on the first and the map. The Brave Battle level 2 one is a little bit off, because I believe, yeah, I think Sia or Volga did better there, but she at least kept up with the others, and then on this battle, yeah, but, hey, nice. Let's take that into the next video, shall we, guys? Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Well, yeah, we did the first part of the boss challenge A rank, as you might have guessed. See you in the next video where we do Twilight Midna's second part of her challenge, which is just the survival battles. Until then, see you guys later. Bye.